Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name's Riley. If this is your first time seeing my face here on YouTube, go subscribe to my channel and leave a like on this video. Today we're going to be bringing out this crazy story, and that's going to be from a fellow YouTuber named Vegan Patriot. I never heard about her until today. Apparently, she was live streaming here on YouTube while she hit a pedestrian walking on the street. Now we're finna see how this all unfolded. I'm hoping the pedestrian's okay and they made or is gonna make a full recovery. She got to unfold this together and see if she's facing charges or what really actually happened. Maybe she was jaywalking, I'm not too sure. We're gonna have to unpack this together. Y'all wanna stay tuned because it's gonna get wild. We also got the little giveaway up for you guys. Details will be later listed in the end, so if you're trying to make some free money, you definitely don't wanna miss that. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Let's go. Alright, y'all, before we go hold this clip, make sure you're comfortable, got something to snack on and something to sip, and let's enjoy this video together.
Oh my god, are you okay? I didn't see her.
Is this a case of distracted driving? A woman live streaming on YouTube apparently runs over a pedestrian and keeps streaming. We're taking a closer look at the collision and an apparent lack of consequences with Beverly Hills attorney Mitra Hurian and
The hell?
Police Sergeant Kyle Sh
Is that glass or something right here on her window? Did y'all see that?
Oberg.
Right there?
Sidebar, presented by Law and
Someone just come up and break her window or what?
Okay, so
What is
we don't
this?
have a ton of information about this, but I will tell you what we do have is very interesting. A woman known online as Vegan Patriot, or VP, is taking a lot of heat after she appears to run over a pedestrian while she's out driving in Los Angeles, California. Now, so far, again, we haven't been able to...
Her eyes are on the road too, which is crazy.
...actual identity. But what we do have are some accounts of her live streams. And in her live streams, VP often smokes cannabis. She's allegedly doing just that before this collision. She's since removed the live stream containing the actual incident, but as you know, once something is online, it is there forever. So let's take a look.
He does hear those voices. They're not fake, but I wonder
The fuck? What? So it looks like she was taking a right or something. Maybe the girl was crossing the intersection. Her eyes are on the road though. She wasn't looking at her phone or nothing. I thought this title of this shit, you know, maybe she was reading chat or something on her phone. Now she was watching the fucking street. This girl just doesn't need to be driving at all. I mean, her brain isn't working. Her brain isn't working or her eyes isn't working intermittently, because that right there is crazy.
Oh my god, are you okay? No. I didn't see her. Why are you not looking? I was looking. I didn't see you. What the I'm telling you, I did not see you.
She's like holding her fucking face or something.
Tell me how I can help. Well, I don't know. Okay. Okay.
Is that girl like badly hurt? She just pulling off?
Oh my god, you guys. I don't know what just happened, but it wasn't good.
So VP pulls over to the side of the road.
She just pulls off?
Stream. But later that day, she's back with some updates.
All I'm gonna say is I've been blessed, and I'm very grateful for choosing to not be a piece of today. Guys, I don't have a charge. I don't have a ticket. You know why? Because I literally wasn't a piece of and that's all I gotta say. It was really scary. And the sun was in my eyes, and you can go look at the stream. I was not even looking at chat. So, yep. Actually, the cop literally told me, he was like, literally comes up and claps me on the shoulder, and he goes, just so you know, I know how hard that was. He's like, do you know how many hit and runs we have out here?
So VP, she goes.
What'd you say? How many people
from
get ran over out there?
See on the side there. She says that the girl is fine, presumably the person that she allegedly hit. Doesn't really elaborate on that.
What?
She says
I'm so confused right here. So you're telling me this girl, it must have been an accident or something. There must be, like the cop said, it must be a hot spot where people just getting ran over there all day, right? Because there's no way this girl just ran somebody over, pulled off from the scene, and didn't get a ticket or nothing. Unless the cop was trying to, you know, beat them in. But I wouldn't want to beat this thing in. I promise you that, bro. So I don't know. We got to get to the bottom of the story right now. Right now. Let's get to the bottom of it. What happened?
She says it's okay if the victim sues her because she has insurance.
No, there wasn't an official report filed. You're not listening. She didn't have damages that were deep enough for an official report. She didn't.
Bro, you hit her with your car.
And what was the other reason? There were 3 reasons.
If she didn't want to press charges, that's all you should have said.
No report. Today, I realized that no matter how scared I am, I obviously didn't do those things I would be ashamed of doing, like driving off when a person could have been dying on the streets. Yeah, no.
VP then goes back, rewatches what happened on her earlier stream, and says that she is in shock. Well, people in the chat are the ones really in shock that she didn't seem to get in any kind of trouble for her actions. Well, let's talk about it. So I'm joined right now, 2 special guests. I did that. It looks like I have 4, but I really have 2 special guests. Beverly Hills attorney Mitra Hurian, as well as Kyle Schoberg, sergeant with the Citrus Heights Police Department out in California, co-instructor of the Patrol Survival Tactics Seminar and host of the Shots Fired podcast. Great to have you both here. Mitra, I'll start with you. Are you surprised that there are no charges, that she wasn't arrested? You know, seemingly if you hit somebody, you'd be arrested, right?
Well, what an interesting world we live in, right? So years ago, everybody was sort of worried about Big Brother filming them doing everything, and now we're doing it to ourselves. So, yes, you know, caught on camera, so to speak, but it was a very interesting exchange between her and the pedestrian. The pedestrian sort of sounded more shocked than anything. And you do truly see her.
I thought she was like holding her nose or something too, like she ran over her head.
Where she, you know, is saying things that are consistent with the story that she tells later about the sun being in her eyes. She really didn't see her. So the fact that she wasn't arrested, all that tells me is that there isn't probable cause. The tricky thing with DWI, driving under the influence of drugs, the tricky thing of that as compared with DUI, where we have, you know, first of all, vehicle code in California gives you the defined limit of what is over the limit, and that's 0.08 blood alcohol content. We don't have that with drugs. There's no.
Oh, there's nothing for cannabis.
Reliable testing. Marijuana stays in your system much longer. It could be you could have smoked and, you know, up to 2 weeks, up to months. If you're a habitual smoker, it could stay in your system. It's notoriously one that stays in your system for a long time. How do you check the level? With alcohol, we have the field sobriety test, we have blood alcohol, we have breathalyzer, all of those things, you know, while a defense attorney can really poke holes in it, they're relatively reliable, at least in terms of probable cause, and being able to, even if something is taken, you know, hours later at the police station, of course, Sergeant can speak to this more, we know certain things about how quickly alcohol leaves your system with some degree of certainty. We don't have that with marijuana. So just to quickly answer your question, which I'm getting to, about, you know, if I'm surprised, I'm not surprised because there isn't that reliable testing. And this happened hours after she smoked. And she seems to be somewhat cognizant, you know, on the video. So if, you know, if there's not enough there for probable cause, then I would not be surprised that the officer did not place her under arrest.
Yeah, Kyle, I'll throw it back to you. You heard Mitra talk about what some of the challenges could have been in understanding what substances were in her system or were not in her system. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, so oftentimes in law enforcement, our role when we show up to a scene like that is to figure out, is the driver under the influence of either a controlled substance, drugs, marijuana, or alcohol, like she had stated. And unless that officer would have reasonable suspicion to believe that she was under the influence, he probably in that type of circumstance...
Hold on, I gotta point this out. I gotta point that out. Just because I got OCD. Y'all see this man's beard? You see how it's full right there and it looks like he just shaved a square right out? Like, I can't look at your face like that, bro.
That she was under the influence.
It'd just piss me off. It's like, bro, why does it look like that, dude?
You know, it didn't seem like maybe she was hurt that bad. Maybe they didn't take a police report.
This girl has like a wad of armpit hair.
Pretty accurate of a lot of agencies
like
where
Sam
they're not going to take
Squinch.
police reports on minor traffic collisions unless there is an injury or someone's being transported to the hospital. But in this case, if the officer shows up, he's not seeing any signs of her being under the influence, then exactly what Mitra just stated, I'm not surprised that the officer didn't take her to jail or even take a report for that matter. Now, if you do suspect her to potentially be under the influence of either drugs or alcohol, then it would be the officer's responsibility to run her through a series of field sobriety tests. They are different. Drugs are different than alcohol. The tests are different. So,
And they affect
in
people
that case,
differently.
if he were to
Way differently, especially like smoking weed.
which that's all he would have to prove, is that she's impaired and she was involved in this collision. She then could be placed under arrest, taken back to the police station. If you assumed that it was drugs, they would then take her blood and she would be then booked in jail. And if there was any type of injury to this pedestrian that she struck and they determined her to be under the influence of drugs, that then would be a felony.
Hey, what does this story make clear? That injuries can happen out of nowhere when you least expect it.
Accidents
That can
happen,
be
man.
Incredibly traumatic. It can be scary.
Speaking of that,
I wanted to-
my ass just got T-boned. What was it? Friday afternoon, last Friday. And now my shit's totaled, so now I got to go out there. Luckily, I had Gap insurance. Fucking. Cause I sold like 20. So I just got my car like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. So I sold like 20-something thousand on it. But yeah, someone came out. Boom! You know, shit happens, bro. But that's why you need insurance. And that's why you need to make sure you're staying on track of the road. Because if your ass is on the back end of that hand, it never looks good, you know. And insurance always going up. You got to pay shit out your pocket. And this damn day and age right now.
There is limited reporting and information on this. A lot of this we're taking from her own account. Does it seem strange to you, that statement? She goes, yeah, the officer came up to me, put his hand on my shoulder. I was like, you know how many hit and runs I've seen? And, you know, I know this must be emotional for you. Does that seem odd to you?
That's suspicious. Yeah, cop needs fired.
Really, you know, I mean,
He's trying to
these calls where someone hits a pedestrian, that could be very traumatic for somebody. And so, you know, there's nothing wrong with cops showing empathy and making sure that the drivers of these cars, if, you know, they truly suspect it was an accident.
Because your fuckboy ass be out there doing the same shit.
Be shaken up. You can clearly see in her reaction in the video that that's an authentic reaction from her.
These cops just think they're demigods or something, bro, because they got a badge on.
That's a bad thing. You know, I think.
Let's be real here.
Concerned about that, then they, you know, the department would need to take a look at that and go, is this officer's typical behavior, his character, on how he's treating people, or is he treating her differently because maybe he finds her attractive or something, you know? But I go back to just showing empathy.
Yeah, I did think it was interesting. She's like, there's your live content for the day, guys. But look, she might have been in a nervous reaction. Amitra,
she probably blew up off that shit too. Unreal. Probably got famous off that shit.
Describing what happened, and she said this, like you mentioned, the sun was blinding her, and it had nothing to do with any drug use or looking at the chat. Not that she was distracted.
And your pupils look straight.
You could look at the stream. I was not even looking at the chat. If sun blinds you, can you still be legally responsible? She talked about how, hey, sue me. She doesn't seem to be facing charges, but is it a driver's legal responsibility to make sure that their vision is not obstructed by the sun? Could if substances were not at issue?
It's a good question.
And she was not distracted by the chat. Let's take it there.
I want to know the answer. Can we
kind of legal liability, whether on the criminal front or the civil front?
Yeah, that's something that
lock the sun up.
Civil courts, and you know we see that all the time.
No sun for a year.
It could be anything, you know, even looking at a text or not paying attention, or you know, you could be the best of drivers, but looking in the wrong direction at the wrong time. It takes a split second, you know, for you to hit somebody if you're not looking. That's why texting is so dangerous. And so, you know, that's something that then everyone calls their insurance companies. In California, you're required to have insurance. So the insurance companies get involved. There is some recourse for anyone that
back and forth.
You know, and an injury can be defined in many ways, but if there's no real injury, then the insurance claim would fall through as well, and then the pedestrian would have to decide, is it worth suing this individual, you know, outside of the insurance system, which, you know, if we don't have a significant injury, 9 times out of 10 no, unless it's some sort of quick cash grab. But if that's something that would you know, be handled in the civil courts and not on a criminal level.
And from a legal point of view, Mitra, the fact that she didn't drive away but apparently stayed there, that would help her.
I thought she did drive away for a second,
that really
but
always does, right?
I definitely would have.
Really escalate.
There's a whole other charge.
And it, you know, and whether that means someone is more guilty or less guilty is, you know, another question. But the fact that you left the scene really shows sort of a lack of taking accountability for your actions, and also concern for the other person. That's not somebody we want on the roads.
Yeah, yeah, and she talked about in the video how I don't remember if it was a family member or somebody who was close to her. She claims was actually a victim of hit and run. Somebody did that, and so she would never do that. Kyle, do you think that the videos of that incident and the videos she posted afterwards, police are looking at those at all? Does it change your perspective? I mean, you saw the video of her hitting or allegedly hitting this person. What do you think happened? I mean, she didn't see it? She was blinded by the sun? Do you think her reaction afterwards is going to affect anything in this investigation? I don't think there is investigation, but you tell me.
Well, look, I think the videos are pretty telling because if you actually
That's
go
wild,
to
man. They really
channel
just
and you watch
blowing the
some
shit
of
right off.
videos, which, by the way, I did do that, and I will never get those minutes of my life back. But here she is, video herself on live stream with her boyfriend, and they're just doing drugs. They're talking about doing fentanyl.
Bro, this girl looked like the female version of Machine Gun Kelly, bro. I'm not lying. Tell me I'm wrong. If you tell me I'm wrong, you're lying, dude. Because that literally looks like Machine Gun Kelly, man.
Methamphetamine. They're driving around in a car.
Literally looks like Machine Gun Kelly.
To me, that she's clearly under the influence of drugs while live streaming.
Kelly's a female name too. I got a couple aunts named Kelly, so
monogram on there.
fits pretty
asking
good.
for people to donate money to her, which people are donating money to her.
Some Machine Gun Kelly, maybe.
And I hate to break it to you, but she's not going to use that money to go get a hotel room like she's claiming. She's using that money to keep up with her habit of purchasing more drugs. And so the fact that she's doing this while driving and putting all these people at risk, that to me is more concerning. And yeah, I do think that the police department should look into that, knowing that they have these videos now. They need to look into it because someone like that is an extreme danger to the public, and clearly she's got no regard. And it's kind of sad to me that people are doing that on live stream YouTube just for the views. I'm sorry, but I think that's sad, and I think that the police department should look further into that.
Yeah, I guess if you do look at it like that,
In a day and age where people are doing anything for views.
and there's legal evidence for driving, smoking weed and driving.
If she wasn't actually looking at the chat, but the live stream was going on nonetheless, can that be a distraction from a legal point of view? You know, we talk about it, how there was all the issue with people on their phones, right? But if she's not directly looking at the chat, but it's the idea of she's engaging and she's focused more on that than she is at the road, is that an argument that could be made in court?
Look at that face change. She's like,
argument. You know, we're having conversations with people sitting next to us,
right,
in cars all the time. We're listening to radio. We're listening to podcasts. I mean, they're, you know, I think we're used to a certain level of distraction, and arguably somebody who does this every day and has a camera on her all the time and is sharing so much of her life is able to kind of tune out that distraction, and it might not be as distracting for her as it might be for, you know, somebody like you and I who are sitting in the car and we're not used to a camera being on us.
This girl definitely be texting and driving, bro, just based off that answer. I'll put money on it. She's texting and driving. 9 out of 10.
Yeah, not when I'm driving. Not when I'm driving. Mitra, Kyle, thank you both
Mitra,
so much for coming on. Really enjoyed
stay off that damn phone when you're driving.
No more accidents. She's safe. Everybody's safe. It's just a very interesting situation, to say the least. But Mitra, Kyle, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you, Jesse.
And that is all we have for you right now here.
This is where this one's going to wrap up. I want y'all to know, do you watch, what was her name, Vegan Patriot? Y'all watch her down below? If so, I mean, wow. Maybe I should start up my content, because I don't want y'all watching me and her, you know what I mean? Those don't correlate too well. But what she posts, like, vegan meals or some shit? What's her name? Or she just posts Machine Gun Kelly content? I'm not too sure. But yeah, this girl definitely got lucky that she was smoking and driving, hit somebody, and ended up scot-free. But we'll see all the hate that's probably going around in California. Someone's probably gonna have to open that shit back up, and then maybe a charge come out of it. Maybe they'll take the stream like, oh yeah, this girl was smoking 30 minutes before she hopped in a wheel. I'm not too sure if she actually was or not, but that's gonna be something that's gonna have to be investigated. I agree with them 100%. I mean, live streaming and driving is definitely not smart. Because even if you're not looking at the chat, if you're holding a conversation with somebody that commented something 15 seconds ago, or no matter what, you're gonna look at the screen sooner or later, right? So that's how they get you. I'm surprised you didn't get charged for that, because that's like texting and driving, man. If I'm not mistaken here, but I guess California only cares about the damn how bad they can make the city for taxpayers type shit. That's all fun California is known for. We're gonna roll this outro, and let's go. Alright, y'all, we're gonna wrap this one up. If you're interested in content, I'm gonna place right in the video. It's gonna have all the reactions on there for y'all to check out. We dropping a video every single day, all of 2024. So you definitely want to smash the bell so you're gonna miss out on my future content. And go check out yesterday's video if you haven't already, because that was a banger and you're not gonna miss it. We also got that little giveaway I was talking about in the start of the video. Once you reach 500 subscribers, we're giving away a couple $50 gift cards. So if y'all trying to make some free money, super easy. All you gotta do is go down bottom of this video, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, join the crew, and you're automatically entering the giveaway. Easy as that. I do appreciate every single one of y'all that's supporting this channel recently. You can tell we're growing pretty quick here. We're almost at 500 subscribers. We're like, what, 70 subscribers off now? Huge, guys. I appreciate every single one of y'all that's been subscribing, watching these videos, and appreciating the channel. And also appreciate the haters that's always be down in my comment section telling me to stop doing these videos, telling me this, that, and the third. That shit don't affect me, bro. I'm just gonna keep clowning y'all asses. So y'all keep clowning me, I'm gonna keep clowning you. We'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.